Okay. So now, we're back to our Shalom Bayit classes, yeah? It says over here, chapter 1, chapter 2 actually. The caption is no comments, please. Yeah, this chapter teaches one of the most important foundations of Shalom Bayit, or peace in the home. First, I'd like to share a true story with you. So notice what he says. Foundation. He starts out the whole book to give you the biggest foundation that unfortunately, if a person doesn't build a good foundation in a building, the whole building is crushed down. You hear? So he says, foundation in marriage, no comments. But before that, he wants to give us an introduction. A husband came with me with a long list of things that he does for his wife. He devotes time to her every day. He's attentive to her needs. He buys her everything. He even spoils her. Apparently, she should be the happiest woman on earth. But no, she's miserable. And they don't have peace in their home. Even worse, she frequently lashes out on him in anger. So what's going on here? Okay? Yeah, absolutely. This is all of us before, right? Before we knew this book. This is all of us. Why? We're thinking, what about, I'm doing everything for her. What more could she expect? Any other woman? She's gonna make me king. Guess what? Not really. Not really. Why? He says, to my dismay, this phenomenon is quite familiar. It was clear why the husband had a turbulent home. I told him that his frequent comments about everything, notice he says comments, he doesn't say criticism. Comments, about everything she does was destroying her happiness. By the look in his eyes, I knew that I was right on target. All the gifts and niceties in the world aren't worth a constant stream of comments and criticism. The wife of a critical husband is broken, depressed, pained, and has no vitality. This paragraph right here is the paragraph of every man in problems. No matter how many men you talk to, and they say, my husband, my marriage is not going the right way. We constantly have arguments. You mentioned this to them, it cannot be. I don't criticize her. I give her everything she needs. I make her happy. I don't know what's her problem. What they don't understand is any comment. Let's go back to the thing. It says all the gifts and niceties in the world, you take her out, vacation, everything, aren't worth constant stream of comments and criticism. Here, the wife of a critical husband, broken, depressed, pained, and has no vitality. AKA, my wife, she's crazy. But why? Yeah. Because But at the end of the day, any comment is a criticism. You hear what I'm saying? Meaning, when you tell her, sweetie, the laundry smells. Sweetie, my shirts are not ironed. Sweetie, why is the house a little bit on the messy side? Sweetie, why is the kid all dirty today? Meaning all these, you're saying what? You are basically not a good, not a good homemaker.
The wife is allowed to criticize him.
Yes. You know why? It's not that she's allowed. She does what you do. So therefore, if you're good, she's good. If you're bad, she's bad.
If laundry smells, what's the correct way to say?
Very good.
For example.
He mentions no comments. What's the correct way to tell her? You do it yourself. And I've been doing laundry myself.
Thank you for doing laundry.
And I love it. Or like he says, thank you for doing the laundry. Wow, it's unbelievable. Very good. This and that. No buts. And this way, she'll want to do it better. Problem is, when we say the negative, you know what she's doing? She'll even do it worse. You hear? And unfortunately, when you're going to start commenting and everything, she's going to notice herself. She's going, wow, he's commenting me. Maybe I should do it better. So she's going to notice it herself. You understand? So it's like a kid that does something wrong, right? You could tell, yeah. But if you tell, Sadiq, wow, you did such a, all of a sudden, he sees that you're praising him. You know what he wants? More praise. How is he going to have more praise? He's going to automatically start doing things to get praised. You understand? He says, one of the most important foundations of Shalom Bayit is that a husband should never criticize or comment about his wife under any circumstance. Any circumstance. Before we clarify and elaborate on this principle, we should understand that marital peace is impossible as long as the husband continues to criticize his wife and comment about everything she does. Every tiny comment is a crack in the wall of marital bliss. With more and more cracks, the home eventually crumbles to the ground, heaven forbid. Now, many books, they say no comment, but they don't give you this nekuda, this point that what? We think that a small comment that there's not enough salt here. You know, that thing has been there for 2-3 days already. That pot hasn't been washed for, these are, by the way, these are all individual comments that you make. One here, one, 10 hours later, one the next day. He says, this crack, foundation, this another crack, this another crack, this another, to the point she cracks. I know, you're gonna say.
What if she asks you by herself?
If she asks,
the salt
sweetie,
is enough.
then you say, it's very delicious. I like it a little bit less salty. I like it a little bit more salty. I like it, like that. You hear? He says, Hashem created the marital relationship in such a way that a husband's criticism can do terrible damage to it. A person has to be insane to try and change a law of creation. Look what he's saying. He says, Hashem created the situation. Now, this morning we were arguing about what? He was saying that, how could that be? Neshama split in two. Listen, we can't question that. That's a given. We cannot question that. If we're questioning that already we have a problem. You understand? Because then you don't believe in creation of Hashem. So if you don't believe in creation of Hashem, you have to go and start to learn about the creation, understand what it means, that who Hashem is and what He created. So he says, Hashem created this. So why would you go against it? Therefore, don't expect your wife to get used to the comments and criticism. Don't demand maturity or rational behavior from her. The comments and criticism literally destroy her, for that's the way Hashem created her. You hear? She will never, I wrote, be able to take any comments and criticism ever. And for all of us experienced men, we see it from example. That no matter how much we thought we're going to make it better, it never becomes better. Now, I was telling this morning the group that I'm reading the other book with Rav, what's his name? Zamir Cohen. He brings a whole physiological understanding of a woman, and he says that in the brain they're different. Nicely, he's not saying they're there. He's saying that women are more emotional. Yeah,
they're not. He's based it on the science.
He's basing it on science. He's bringing the scientists and the books. You can go read it. Yeah, he's basing it on science. He says, men, clear cut. Yeah, we have this. We need this. We'll do the other book. But I'm just trying to. He didn't bring the science of it. He just said, trust me. That's how Hashem created them. He says, first of all, we should know that the spiritual source of a woman's soul is her honor. Her entire vitality and happiness is dependent on the way her husband honors her. Therefore, any affront to her honor damages her soul, weakens her vitality, and virtually kills her, both spiritually and materially. Now, back to what we were saying. How is it that she's going to change automatically? She's going to do this for me? She's going to be able to do it? Yeah. What do I need to tell her? Guess what? Nothing but to honor her. Because the minute she's honored, she's automatically going to do what Hashem brought her here to do. Here, she knows exactly what to do. She knows her responsibilities. Many times we say, what? Nah, she doesn't know her responsibilities. I don't understand. Rabbi, you tell her what she has to do. My friend, she knows exactly what to do. She's born with this. Just like a woman knows that when she gives birth, right away, sineh, right? It's automatic. Automatic. What? Exactly, she knows what to do in her house. She knows she married a man. She knows she has to take care of the family. You hear? But when you dullen the person to the point that the person is broken, they're unable to do it. And they act as if they don't know. Why? Because they're broken. You hear? And therefore, they're not going to do anything. And if they're going to do, it's going to be,
So try to say that it really doesn't matter. You can just grab any woman.
Absolutely. Any woman, let's say that she's mentally fit. Let's say she's not, she's not mentally damaged, right? Any woman, you can build her up.
How about two halves? If you mention it's two halves, you have to match.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you chose that person, you got married to her under the chuppah and kiddushin, that's the match. Min Hashem, at the end of the day, He brings all the matches together. He's, So I always thought there was one match. Apparently, no. You could forego the match and get another match at the spiritual level that you're in at the time. You hear? So he says, the worst breach of a woman's self-respect comes from her husband's comments. Even if his criticism is gentle, delicate, she suffers even more so when the comments and the criticisms are crucial and brutal. So he says, gentle comment. She doesn't understand.
Curious. We learned the principle of a mirror, right?
Yeah.
The Rav taught communication.
Good.
So if something is told to me in a way that I didn't appreciate, and I want to explain how I was preferred to be spoken to have a better outcome from my part.
Good.
In that case, I shouldn't say that. Meaning, how does a person communicate if his wife did something pleasant?
Very good.
If we're supposed to view that this is all from Hashem.
So
Because in the end, it's very tough to harbor this inside. I tested it, it didn't work.
Let me explain to you. We think that this contradicts everything that we learn. No. Everything is in harmony. However, communication doesn't work if you don't do this. If you're criticizing these, that, you cannot have communication. You cannot talk to her. Why? Because everything she's broken, and therefore any word you're saying from your mouth to her, it's criticism, even though it's not criticism. Because I've experienced that, where I would say, okay, I wanna repair my relationship. So the rabbi said we have to talk, right? Any word I would say, it would be as if I'm criticizing. I'm saying that I'm not criticizing, and I wasn't criticizing. It's just that it's so deeply ingrained. I know he equals criticism. So therefore, part of thing, I'm talking about somebody else. It's like the arrow you're pointing to me. What's the problem? Oh, so therefore, nothing is going to work. So you first have to build this, as we know, as we've tested it. It only takes 3-4 weeks. It's 3-4 weeks of your solid no criticism, and then she's like, oh wow, I don't hear criticism, and therefore I'm able to communicate with him. Now, after no criticism, now you could sit down like two human beings, one soul, and you could discuss things. Yeah.
And also you have to know how to communicate.
Yeah.
Because through communication there is many comments and criticism as well.
Absolutely.
That was my
So
concern.
now,
Oh,
I know. So when you want to say something, you have to know how to present it. That's like it's your fault. Not talking to her. Or you want to make it nice, say, last night we spoke. I'm telling you, it was so good to talk to you. Then, I wonder why today it doesn't go like yesterday.
Wow. That's all.
And so she heard already that yesterday was good. So already you put a patch. Now what did she hear first?
It was good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No criticism. And if you want to, you always say, like ladies, I'm telling them, when the husband comes home late, don't start with like this. Don't do that. You say, what to? He's late. I mean, you sit down and say, yesterday you came home on time. We had such a nice time. It was not much. And this guy saying to himself, why did I speak to this guy? You see, you presented halal in a different way. That's why I'm saying to communicate is an art. ממש את, a wife sending you shopping, right? And she needs very badly a flower because she want to do that for Shabbat. She sends you late at night and you require cheesy pickle, but you're going, you brought everything but the flower. Right? That's it. And now she's like this. What did bring a flower? Why did I send you for?
What you did, all the shopping,
Gaman,
nothing.
he is not going anymore. Say, you know what? Anyway, I'm not good. Do shopping by yourself. If she knows how to communicate, so she will say to the husband, "Oh, there is no flower. It's my fault. It's my fault. I didn't emphasize it to you. It's not your fault. It's my fault because I didn't tell you how important I need the flower." What do you think he will do?
Right away, right now.
He's going back.
Yeah.
He's going back. But if you idiot, you know it's Thursday night. You know I have to do bread for Shabbat. Where is your mind? Where is it?
But this depends
Again, you
on
went on
him.
the.
If he fed her with the right attitude
Yes.
before that,
Yes. So I'm gonna talk from experience because I've experienced all this stuff. You just mentioned right now communication, right?
Yeah.
So I went to several different, psychologists, therapists, this and that, and they said communicate. There's no way to communicate if you don't have this first. It has to be that there has to be end to the criticisms, and then you're able to communicate. Number one. When you have end to the criticism, and she's number one, guess what? She will never, when you come, get on your case. Why? Because she cares about you now. Problem with us is she doesn't care about us. Why? Because we don't care about her. You understand? So therefore, if this is in place, yes, you need an art of communication, and yes, but once you show love and care and everything, she will never do this. She will never come. Blah, 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 blah. Why? She's thinking, my husband, I love him. You come in with a smile like he says, you this, you that. She'll never do, she'll embarrass to do that. You understand? She'll be embarrassed to do that.
that's why he calls this foundation.
When we don't have this, we're gonna get all this bombardment of, you did this, because why? I've missed some shopping things. She said, no problem, don't worry about it. I said, but he was like, I'll do it without it. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, because you already see that the person cares about you.
Yes.
Understand? So the foundation is to show her you care about her. Why? She's not stupid. She knows the house is a mess. She knows the laundry is bent. She knows that it smells. She knows that it's dirty. She knows that. When you care, you don't say that. It's like, wow, he cares for me, and therefore I gotta care for him. But we think what? No. Let me teach you how to do the right way. Why? Because we have a tight ship over here. Yeah.
So
We're general. Yes, sir.
it's inappropriate to assume that if I've heard this before, and I already see for myself it's not true.
No.
But let's talk about it. People think if I don't say anything, she's gonna think I'm okay with it, and it's gonna get worse.
So as long as you infuse what you're supposed to infuse, she's gonna automatically do what she needs to do.
I know. I see it myself.
And
I have case study examples.
Yeah.
It's great.
Beautiful.
I told you.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious on this topic.
No, so this time it's not. You know why? Because one of the most major things they say. What do you mean? If I'm nice to her, she's gonna sit on my head.
Yeah, I hear that.
No way. She's not gonna sit on her head.
Let us sit.
No.